Nittany Lions. Lilledahl shakes hands with McGowan, and we're underway. Both wrestlers immediately in ear to ear with collar ties. Now they break apart. Lilledahl trying to snap down here on the head of McGowan. Both wrestlers right in the center. McGowan with a knee pad on that left leg. Lilledahl circling slightly to the right. Accidental poke to the eye there, I think. Stops the action momentarily. Lilledahl takes just a moment. And we're back at it here in the center of the mat. Lilledahl tying up again here with McGowan. Both wrestlers right in the center of the mat. McGowan tying up here on the shoulder of Lilledahl. McGowan drops to his left knee. Now Lilledahl trying to shoot in. McGowan clamps down on the head of Lilledahl. Lilledahl trying to get that head out of there. McGowan trying to pull in here on Lilledahl. Has an underhook in on that left side of Lilledahl as he continues to pull on the head. Lilledahl trying to get the head out from under the chest here, and we'll get a stalemate with 2:01 left to wrestle in the opening period. No score here in the title bout at 125. Last bout of the season here for the Nittany Lions. Penn State looking for a fourth individual champion. Tying up again right in the center of the mat here. McGowan takes a couple of steps back. Now Lilledahl circling to the right, tries to shoot in. McGowan easily sprawls away. We hit the midway point here of the opening period. No score here between Lilledahl of Penn State and McGowan of Princeton. Lilledahl and McGowan now hand fighting here on the right side of Lilledahl. Back in the center of the mat here. 1:20 left to wrestle in this scoreless opening period. Lilledahl circling to the right. Posts up here on the shoulder, pulls in on the head, trying to lower his level. McGowan pulling in here on the head of Lilledahl. Lilledahl trying to work in. McGowan staying very low. Both wrestlers working toward the left side of the mat. Again, still trying to work in here is Lilledahl against the lone Ivy League finalist, Princeton's Marc-Anthony McGowan. Lilledahl trying to drive in, got McGowan a little off balance, but McGowan gets his hips back under him and recovers. Nick Lee pleading for a stall call here against McGowan as Lilledahl continues to try to pressure forward. Now he does have McGowan at the edge of the mat. See if he can drive in here as they go ear to ear. McGowan, though, now pulling in with a good collar tie on Lilledahl as they work toward the edge of the mat. Lilledahl trying to drive in. McGowan pulling in here on the head, and the first period will come to an end with no score in this 125-pound title bout. So we go to the second. It will be McGowan with the choice. And McGowan will take bottom here to start period 2. Setting up on the right elbow is Lilledahl. Reset here. McGowan set, and now Lilledahl down on the right elbow. Tight waist in on the left side as he comes under the right arm. Lilledahl working up under the arms here of McGowan. McGowan to his feet and quickly peels out for the escape. Marc-Anthony McGowan takes a 1-0 lead here in the title bout. Lilledahl tying up now again ear to ear here with McGowan. Lilledahl trying to drive in. McGowan lowers his level. Trying to get in on the legs of Lilledahl. Lilledahl pushing back in now on McGowan. Lilledahl trying to shoot in on that right leg. McGowan fighting him off. They go circling toward the left edge. And we'll head back to the center with 1:20 left to wrestle here in period 2. McGowan back to the center. Gets himself squared up here with Lilledahl as he drops to his left knee. Lilledahl trying to pull in on the wrists. We got a stall warning issued here on McGowan. First warning. Down to 1:05 left to wrestle here in period 2. Lilledahl trying to pull in on the head again. Now it's McGowan with a collar tie. Working on the head of Lilledahl. Lilledahl driving in here on McGowan. McGowan pulling in on the head of Lilledahl. Lilledahl now with an underhook in on that left side. And we get a quick stalemate there with 45 seconds left here in period 2. Lilledahl trailing 1-0. Pushing in on that right shoulder now of McGowan. Lilledahl trying to circle to the right. McGowan drops to his left knee. McGowan staying very low here as Lilledahl tries to work back in. Tying up here on the wrist of McGowan. 20 seconds remaining now in period 2. McGowan again tying up on the left hand here of Lilledahl. And locking fingers will stop the action with 13 seconds left in period 2. Lilledahl again takes a couple of steps forward, pulling in here on the head of McGowan. And we will head to the third period with Luke Lilledahl trailing 1-0. Lilledahl will have the choice. And as you would expect, does take the bottom position. Lilledahl gets himself set. McGowan will set up on the right elbow. On the whistle, Lilledahl trying to work his way up. Peels out of there for the escape. This bout is tied 1-1. Lilledahl pushing back in here on that left shoulder of McGowan. McGowan with a half shot. Trying to keep the stall warnings at bay now is McGowan. He does have one warning. 1:40 left to wrestle here in the third. Lilledahl trying to push in here on that left shoulder of McGowan as they work their way toward the right side of the mat. Lilledahl again trying to pull in on the head. McGowan backing up a little bit here toward the right side. And we are going to get a stall warning issued here against McGowan. And Luke Lilledahl takes a 2-1 lead. 1:10 left to wrestle here in the third. Lilledahl continuing to pressure forward. Fans don't like the stall call issued against McGowan. Lilledahl circling to the right. McGowan tying up on that right wrist here of Lilledahl. Both wrestlers right in the center of the mat now. Lilledahl taps at the head. McGowan drops to his left knee. Now Lilledahl trying to pull in as they work back toward the center of the mat. 35 seconds left. McGowan trying to get in on the legs. Lilledahl holding his ground here at the left edge. McGowan pulling in on the head of Lilledahl. Lilledahl tries to drive in. Now McGowan in an over-under tie-up as they work their way toward the far side of the mat. 20 seconds left here in the third. McGowan trying to push in on Lilledahl. Lilledahl holding his ground. Now Lilledahl turns in, tries to drive in on McGowan. They're tied up here at the far edge of the mat. 7 seconds left. Luke Lilledahl in good position here. Luke Lilledahl wins the national title. A 2-1 victory for Lilledahl. And the Nittany Lions top 180 points. An NCAA record 181.5 for the Nittany Lions here in 2026.